Okay, let's unpack this. We've had so many of you ask us to take a deep dive into something, well, utterly delightful and surprisingly complex.
We have, and we're talking about the fiction romance book that has just completely taken over the holiday reading list this year.
The Christmas Recipe by Audrey Stone.
And this is exactly the kind of deep dive we love, because our mission here isn't just to, summarize a plot.
Yeah.
It's to really explore the book's central themes, that incredible setting, and, this fantastic character dynamic.
And character dynamics are everything. We want to show you, completely spoiler-free, of course, why fans are just raving about this book. It's this perfect blend of wit and warmth and mystery.
That blend is so key.
It really is. It's why it sticks with you.
Yeah.
Now, if you're listening and thinking, okay, I need this book immediately, you are in luck. You can find this wonderfully crafted holiday read and so many more at silvergravitybooks.com.
A perfect place to start.
For sure. So let's start where every great story does, the world.
Yes. And Audrey Stone, she doesn't just give us a backdrop, right? She creates a setting that is, it's integral to the whole mystery. You are immediately immersed in this town, Havenbrook.
Yeah, and it is gorgeous. You can tell it's modeled after the rugged, dramatic charm of Cornwall in England.
Oh, definitely.
That stunning landscape where the sea just slams into these cliffs.
Mm-hmm.
But Havenbrook isn't just pretty. It's a town of, deep historical contrasts.
Exactly. You have the history etched into the architecture. You've got these tiny old fishermen's cottages.
And then right next to them are these huge, imposing, sort of crumbling Victorian mansions.
And then there's the modern edge. You've got the university, which specializes in marine sciences, and that becomes so vital later on.
And crucially, the bustling creative quarter. That's where our main character, Elle's world, and this very traditional world, they just start to collide. The whole town is gearing up for its annual Christmas festival.
Which adds this layer of high-stakes, high-pressure performance to everything. That festival is the pressure cooker.
It is. And stepping right into that pressure cooker is our heroine, Elle Murray.
And what an entrance.
She is a whirlwind, a high-profile patissiere, but she's not the type who just, quietly folds batter. She is drama. She is spectacle.
The book mentions her once wearing pyrotechnic croquembouche earrings.
Just think about that. Pyrotechnic, croquembouche earrings.
It tells you everything you need to know about her professional persona. It's not dessert, it's a theatrical event. She's chaos incarnate, but, highly successful chaos.
Right. And yet we meet her when she's at her most vulnerable. She shows up in Havenbrook in this awful sleet and rain.
On a deeply personal but also professionally desperate quest.
Her mission is to find her late grandmother, Mimi Murray's lost Christmas cake recipe. The Christmas recipe.
But it's not just about sentimentality, though. Her whole career, her professional standing, her entire future, which is managed by her incredible crisp agent Saffron, it's all riding on this.
The pressure is immense. And what does she have to go on?
Almost nothing.
One single, warped, cryptic note from Mimi. And it reads, "Find where the lighthouse meets the tide. Havenbrook Harbor, Christmas 1943, all the proof you need."
And that note just immediately sets the tone. You realize this isn't just some cozy holiday read.
No, it's a mystery rooted in wartime history, a high-stakes scavenger hunt.
Which brings us to the delicious character clash that just fuels this entire book. Elle Murray's dramatic chaos runs headlong into the immovable object that is Cooper Kennington.
Yes, Cooper. He's the Coast Guard captain. He is all about duty, all about the rules, and he's the keeper of the Kennington Boathouse, a maritime heritage site.
And when Elle shows up, he sees her with, instant deep suspicion. He is Havenbrook's steadfast tradition, and she is this incoming tide of disruption.
And this is where the enemies to something dynamic just becomes instant rom-com gold. I have to ask, though, why does a Coast Guard captain care so much about an old cake recipe? Is it just preservation?
Oh, it's absolutely personal. He sees her chaos as a direct threat to the decades his family, the Kenningtons, have spent maintaining this site. He is convinced she's only there for a spectacle, not the truth.
So the rivalry is older than them.
It's generational. Cooper's grandmother, Etta Kennington, shared a very complicated, maybe contentious past with Mimi Murray. So Cooper sees Elle's quest as just dredging up old secrets that could damage his family's legacy.
The stakes are so layered. It's not just two people sparring, it's two legacies colliding. And you see this brilliantly in their first encounter.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's physical comedy at its best. Elle is exhausted, desperate, trying to trespass into the boathouse after dark.
In a downpour.
In a literal downpour. And he catches her lurking on the mezzanine, which of course used to be the old bakery Mimi used.
The dialogue is just perfect. He hits her with that skeptical, damning line, stealing or conducting an amateur survey of maritime mold.
That line immediately frames her as completely unserious, which is why their partnership is going to be so funny. And then Elle tries to recover her dignity and just fails spectacularly.
The floor is slick with, of all things, ancient flower dust, and she just goes sideways.
Which means the rigid, duty-bound Coast Guard captain has to catch the chaotic, rule-breaking pâtissier.
That required physical contact, the spark of chemistry under all that rivalry. It's just handled perfectly. You feel the tension, even if they both hate it.
And Cooper's skepticism is so clear. Even as he's studying her, his internal thought is judging her. He thinks she's always after a scoop or a recipe or someone else's glory. He's sure it's a PR stunt.
But here's where the book gets so much deeper than just a holiday romance. The recipe hunt. It's not about ingredients on a page. It's an elaborate historical cipher.
Exactly. The story is the recipe. It's literally a recipe for a recipe, hidden in plain sight.
And what's so fascinating is how the author grounds this puzzle in, like real nautical science and WWII history.
It's high-level code breaking, disguised as a baking challenge. The actual ratios for the cake aren't simple measures. They're tied to this complex hidden sequence.
And the code itself is intense. The measurements rely on the height of the king tide at exactly 4.33 a.m. on Christmas Day, and the specific irregular sequence of the lighthouse sweeps they used during the war.
That sequence, NSESNWSW, that's a coded message. It's brilliant because it forces Ellen Cooper to engage with the real history of the town.
Right. It wasn't meant for just anyone. It was for someone who understood the sea and the wartime protocols of Havenbrook.
Which means there's absolutely no way the two of them, the Chaos Baker and the rigid Coast Guard captain, can solve it alone.
No chance. Which forces them to reluctantly build a team. And this is where the supporting cast really shines.
It's a crucial pivot. They have to bring in specialists. First is Dr. Arun Patel, the university's cryptography expert.
And Dr. Patel confirms how deep this goes. He identifies it as a sophisticated, very French resistance double cipher. He's the one who realizes the recipe is literally a sequence of lighthouse flashes you have to cross-reference with tide charts.
And then you get Fi El Hadoud, the marine scientist. She uses historical tide tables and logs to figure out that a crucial 15-minute window for an orange infusion. It reveals they were literally baking in sync with the lunar cycle.
That is just so brilliant. It's science that feels like magic. But the team doesn't stop there.
No, you also have Winnie Prowse from the archives, who holds the key to the human element, the history of Etta and Mimi's relationship.
And we can't forget Hector Zhao, the digital preservationist. He's the one who spots these tiny codes hidden in the warped paper of the note itself.
The whole process just proves the recipe's true value isn't the ingredients, but the community required to uncover it.
Now, speaking of ingredients, the code reveals this ultimate secret of wartime ingenuity.
The use of aquafaba as a substitute for rationed eggs.
Aquafaba. Okay, for anyone listening who doesn't hang out in vegan kitchens, that's the liquid from canned chickpeas.
Precisely. A remarkable, resourceful substitute for eggs. Mimi and Etta called it borrowed air. It's this beautiful metaphor for making the most of what you have.
And that contrast is so key, because while Elle and Cooper are reluctantly working together, piecing together this beautiful legacy,
they are constantly threatened by external forces who only want the superficial glory.
We have to talk about the perfect antagonist, Bramwell Quince.
The celebrity TV chef, characterized as a walking cautionary tale.
He is pure PR manipulation. He's trying to reverse engineer the recipe and sabotage Elle's discovery. He doesn't care about history, just the headline.
He even creates his own knockoff viral product, the Love Loaf, to steal the thunder.
And all this chaos means the municipal authorities are breathing down their necks. Inspector Kelleher, the council members,
Harbor Master Lee Lenore, they are constantly threatening to pull the permit because of the leaks and the drama from Quince.
It's not just a love story, it's an administrative thriller, which forces Ellen Cooper to follow these strict chain of custody protocols for everything.
For everything, including, unbelievably, the cake batter itself. They literally have to protect the evidence.
The pressure just forces them to trust each other, to present a united front even when they're fighting.
And the beautiful emotional resolution comes when they finally discover the true heart of the quest. It's not the final ingredient list.
It's the confirmation of a decades-old ritual.
They find Mimi's letter confirming the twin slice exchange. The tradition was to split the cake half east, half west, and share it across the harbor.
And that just reveals the core truth. The recipe was never for individual credit. It was a contract about sharing. about community.
The final motto of the recipe seals it. To those apart, to those returned, keep it bright. The whole quest was about bringing people home.
It's such a brilliant blend. Audrey Stone takes that sharp, witty banter of a top-tier rom-com and roots it in this genuinely fascinating historical mystery.
You get the classic laughs, the chemistry, but you also get the aha moments of a code-breaking thriller. The book really explores legacy, not as something you inherit, but as something you earn through trust and shared effort.
For sure. The core conflict isn't just who gets the recipe.
It's who gets to tell the true, honest story of Haven Brook's heart.
It's an incredibly satisfying read. It balances sharp dialogue, a high-stakes investigation, and a really heartwarming search for home.
It really does. So as you wrap up this deep dive, we'll leave you with this final thought. When your own story, your family's legacy is on the line, what are you willing to sacrifice? And maybe more importantly, what are you willing to share to keep the truth intact?
That is a perfect question to think about as you cozy up with this fantastic book. If you're looking for that blend of romance, mystery, and baking chaos this season, definitely pick up The Christmas Recipe by Audrey Stone.
And you can find it and discover so many other heartwarming romances waiting for you right now at silvergravitybooks.com.